It's Week 11 of the National Football League.
And we'll be watching the Browns rock it on quarterback.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Browns and the Steelers.
And it's all up next.
Now from the home of the Dog Pound, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column. Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And they will be led out by their 6'4".
The game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
2nd and 10. Throwing here is May. Completes this one to Thornton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 15 carries, 67 yards.
He comes into this one ranked 9th in the NFL in rushing. I think that every member of that offense knows exactly where he sits. You can see it from every one of them out there. They're all fully committed to making this a game where it really breaks free and climbs a couple of spots.
And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. On play action, May Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Shows his strength at the 50. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They go play action now. May. A short one there to Freiermuth. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another 1st there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love it.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They hand this off to Harris. He gets away from 1. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. To the air, May. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. The distance was never the question there, but he gets a friendly bounce to carom that thing through the uprights.
Yeah, and when you're trying to hit from 50-plus, you got to expect the ball's going to slide one way or the other. So he's pretty fortunate there. He's able to bank this one in.
The Browns offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. A 1st carry now for Nick Chubb. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early.
Palmer's hit, fumble. He loses the football. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 at the Steelers' 49-yard line.
Chubb on the counter. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the right side, that's where Tillman is. And this one goes nowhere.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Looking to throw, May. Here's one deep for Pickens. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there, as that one was knocked away.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Shedding the tackler, that gives him some room. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Cleveland offense making their way out. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Out of the gun, Palmer. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll run. Here's the rookie from Michigan. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. The Browns at 3-6 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's Palmer. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it as we resume action. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it's Palmer. Gets this over the middle to Tillman. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Brings up 2nd down at the 31-yard line.
Palmer will throw. Being chased out left. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right now as they come up with a 1st and 10. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Open man. That's the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Offside. Defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Here's May. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
To throw, it's May. Finding Pickens for another catch. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Browns' 28-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Hands it off out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside?
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, Yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Powering his way forward. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Play action. It's Palmer. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A big play that time for Cleveland. 65 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And Chubb will try the middle here. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Now Palmer to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that 1st down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Browns have got it back to within a score. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
They'll throw with May. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
And here's Freiermuth again.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
That time a 9-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Open man, that's Tillman.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Now it's Palmer. They set up the screen to Chubb. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Again, it's Palmer.
There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Credit Patrick Queen. He was the man who knocked that ball away.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
In motion right, that's Burks. He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend. So
halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Throwing here is May. That is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Morrison. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Back to throw.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Here is 3rd and 5. To the air, May.
It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now Palmer. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Harris. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And they go play action with May.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
May going to try and throw for it.
escaping the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Now they run with Sims. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Palmer now. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Here's the option.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now Sims. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Again, they run with Sims. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now Palmer.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Now that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Play action. Now Palmer. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Bates' kick is good.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And now out come the Steelers.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown On their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On the give, this is Harris. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Play action. May. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Harris, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's May.
This is caught. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. To throw is Palmer. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Off the play fake. Here's Palmer.
Pass caught. He's got Tillman.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the Steelers' 6-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Palmer to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Chubb is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now for the point after. And the lead will be cut down to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steelers' offense and running back Najee Harris set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Looking to throw. May completes this one to Thornton.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
To throw, it's May. That's complete to Treylon Burks.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 8. Off the play fake. Here's May.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh 1st.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a 1st down. Gotta love that efficiency.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They'll throw with May.
And his throw here is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a for sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turn.
From the gun, it's May.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Got his man. It's Thornton.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
1st down, and they go back to Harris. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. On play action, May.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. So that drive there, CD. Line a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Gets this over the middle to Tillman. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
At the 30-yard line.
Palmer will throw.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Now Palmer to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 38.
Now it's Palmer. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
That's another Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Palmer. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
Now Palmer.
It's an out route, and it's complete to Carson.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing again here, Palmer. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Browns 47-yard line.
Now here's another carry for Harris. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Harris running straight ahead. And shoving his way inside the 35.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, He's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
73 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
They hand this off to Harris. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space.
This is 2nd and 8. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. On the ground, it's Harris. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.